What's up, guys? Adam Carr here with the first episode back in 2020 of Horribly Hollywood Single, brought to you by AfterBuzz TV. Some of the worst dating stories told by some of the best guests in Hollywood. Speaking of guests, I have the brilliantly hysterical Ava Seha up next.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz...
Hello! Welcome to 2020. Here we are, Horribly Hollywood Single. I am your captain, Adam Carr, leading you into this dumpster fire dating scene that is Los Angeles. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a splendid new year. I hope you ate. I hope you drank. I hope you smoked. I hope you were merry. My wonderful, fantastic guest co-host today. You know her from Idiot Army. You know her Lifetime's new The Twisted Nanny. Give it up for Tara Erickson, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, it's me. Happy to be back here at my second home after Buzz TV.
I'm so excited to have you here.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I really I wanted you here for a long time. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
You're welcome.
We have a wonderful guest joining us today. She's hysterical. She's brilliant. I was watching a bunch of her clips, and I just had the joy and pleasure of meeting her before we started the show today. You know her from the movie SWAT. You know her from the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, Ava Seha in the house. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm a little gassy after drinking this
Yeah? You doing okay?
Rockstar. It's good. It
the
happens.
Rockstar.
Yeah, it's, you know,
Do you subscribe to the energy drinks?
I do. I'm addicted.
Nice. How many would you say you crack a day?
I just do one, and then
Then you get rocking.
and then I get rocking.
And then you're
Mentally and
Starring?
gutturally.
Yeah, because I do a pre-energy in the morning before I go do my workout.
oh wow.
Yeah,
There you go.
I pump iron.
You pump iron?
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
Getting strong with 2020,
So
or you were already
strong.
strong beforehand?
Probably not. I mean, I date a lot of pie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you not? I like during the holidays.
Yeah.
Don't you eat like so much pie? I can't.
Yeah.
It's my like that. Like November and December, I'm like, if I can just eat a whole pie by myself,
Oh, sure.
and you leave me alone.
I get it, man.
What's your favorite pie? Sorry.
I like pumpkin pie or apple pie.
Okay.
Good choices.
Very good
Reason I
choices.
didn't laugh when you said pie is because I thought you said bye.
I
and
thought
was
you
like,
said bye too.
"Was
I
she
thank you for
gonna
saying that.
finish
love
the
to eat
I
some
thought she said I'm very
What does it have to
bye
do with
over the
muscles?
holidays.
Only buy during those few. It's like people have dry January. I have buy
By December.
By December?
Yeah. I'm
From
like,
December
let's go,
20th
let's do
through
this.
30th.
I'll take all the pussy and the dick.
Buy a shit.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
that's good.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, you have to go like it's not like this now. It's like this.
Right.
I just accept whatever's coming
One on
at me.
Oh, good for you.
Good
Cute.
way.
It's very like non-binary.
Do you ever go by Susie Cakes?
I have
Hollywood
been to
or-
Susie Cakes. Actually, they're very good.
yeah. So that's like I stopped drinking. It'll be it's actually been 2 years. I didn't even mean to do this.
Wow.
January 3rd.
Nice.
It's
Congratulations.
been thank you. And don't worry, I'm not like a saint. I switched to cannabis. Like I didn't discover some new trend. But my sweet tooth shot through the roof when I cut out booze, and all of a sudden pie, Oreos, everything that like when you're a kid, you want to go back to like something tasting pure and
Yeah.
amazing. Cut out booze.
Mine. So I haven't drank. I'll be 3 years in May.
Holy crap!
Thank you. By choice. By choice. It's awful.
I just can't get a drink
It's
anyway.
the worst. No, I've been kicked out every bar, everywhere. No.
There we go. I
There we
had
go.
a better soundtrack. Just my mouth.
So I have mine's salt. I can eat one. You know those Lay's stacks.
Yeah.
So I'm crazy about those things. I'll have like one of them a day because they're my addiction now.
Yeah.
And
that your-
they're my addiction now.
Is
And
there a deer?
they only sell them at Rite Aid and at Vaughn's. They don't sell them at Ralph's. So if there one Rite Aid is out of them, I have to go to another. One day I went to 6 Rite Aids just to find some Lay stacks.
You
So
need to, you know
They
what?
don't have those
Why
at
don't you-
Costco?
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
don't you make a commercial for Rite Aid right now? Because that needs to be, no. I went to Rite Aid. Oh,
I
Stacks.
went to
There it
Rite
is.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh, they're
delicious.
so good.
So wait, what's the difference between Pringles and Stacks? Is
Stacks
it-
are thicker because size matters.
Ooh, this is good. I like this.
I've heard that before.
I need those kind of reviews.
Yeah, I don't know why they taste better than Pringles for some reason, and
Listen, I like chips. I love sweets, and I
You
had
know,
a drink
I'm not
last
out there
night.
killing anybody anymore, so I'm eating stacks. So this
Hell
is a
yeah.
good thing.
Drink? Did you? What's your favorite drink? What do you do?
All of them. But mostly right now, tequila and soda with 3 limes. I'm a real pain
Very
when I
LA.
go to the bar.
It's a very LA drink.
And I'm like, I could grab the limes myself.
It's your probiotic with the soda, so there's no calories.
Yes.
This is
That's the
kombucha.
actress drink.
No, but actually, I am addicted to salt too. I always ask them to salt the rim, even though it's not a margarita.
Yeah.
And I eat all of the rock
Do you like
salt.
spice? Do you like a lot of
Yes.
spice? You should do
Tajin.
Tajin.
Tahini.
Damn, that
Been
was-
saying it wrong.
Sorry, this is
Tahini.
the.
Yeah, you do tahini
10
and like
years.
do an orange next time instead of a lime, and get some tahini and an orange. Oh my god, you're welcome.
In my tequila?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh my gosh, it's changing my
I'm gonna
life
now
right
drink vicariously through you. This is.
Or you could do what I used to
I'm
do.
so excited.
I know. Now you get to. Now you're gonna drink.
I used to do chilled shots of pineapple vodka
Oh,
because you can't taste the vodka.
rough living. I don't mind the vodka.
And and then I would just do like 5 or 6 of those throughout the evening. Oh, that's your tahini.
Yeah, tahini.
I've
Tahini.
been saying it so wrong for
It's
so
okay.
long.
No, it's okay.
So like every Mexican kid has like tahini at home. I have like 4 of those things.
That's what they put at the fruit stands. That's what's so
Yeah,
good when
yeah,
they put
yeah,
on top
yeah,
of the fruit.
yeah.
So good.
Big fan of the tahini. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Horribly Hollywood Single. There's a lot of feel-good podcasts out. A lot of people talk about ways to help people, and have you ever noticed this? And meditation, and that's really wonderful. And you should definitely subscribe and like those podcasts. What we do here is we just talk about the bad shit. Because everybody's got it, and everyone's had bad dates, and everyone's had bad experiences. And I've noticed that we all tend to commiserate around misery. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Very good, very good.
My fiance at home, I say the wrong words, and then
She'd be
she'll go.
so proud
"Because
of you right now."
I know. Well, sweetie, I love you. So, really, Ava, the floor is yours. We can kind of just start talking about, either bad dates or things you've been on. If maybe there's one bad person in particular or something that you've had, and we'll just kind of pepper in things with our own experiences as it goes.
Yeah.
But really, the floor is yours. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to talk about,
Oh God.
you can do it. And don't be afraid to go dark. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to blame people.
This is a safe
this wasn't-
space.
You blame everybody.
This wasn't your fault. It's their fault.
always.
So okay, so I am a serial relationship person.
Nice.
I'm not much of a date person, which is, I feel like that's very unusual compared to people who are out there like dating consistently. So, let's start with some things. So
Yeah.
I
Let's start
am
at
one
the
of
very
those
beginning.
people. I actually became a Mormon for a guy.
No way.
Yeah, totally. And here's the thing is I was dating this guy and I really liked the people I was hanging around with, and they were really nice to me, and I grew up like I was arrested 3 times before I was 18, so like I was
nice.
kind of a troublemaker.
Did your time.
Yeah, and so I was 19 years old. I just got out of this relationship, and that I kind of my first big love. And I met
Big
this
Love, like the Mormon TV show.
yeah. And I met this girl and we were hanging out and she was talking about this Mormon thing and I was like, this sounds nice and these people are nice and I want to be like a nice person someday.
Yeah.
Because I'd been so bad my entire life. And so I was like, this is great. And I met this guy and like he seemed really nice too. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we're dating now.
Yeah.
And then the day after I got baptized, he dumped me.
Holy shit.
Wait, the day after you became baptized in a Mormon.
So then I was like, fuck y'all, I'm going to fucking do this. And I stayed in there for 5 years. And I was like, I was a teacher. And I went and did like baptisms of the dead in Salt Lake City Temple and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you stare him down every time you went to temple?
Well, here's the thing is that like, I knew he was gay. I don't know why I'm whispering that. I knew he was.
It's okay. If you whisper closer into the mic, we won't hear you.
So, and the Mormons don't believe that in that thing, right? So,
Of course.
he was trying to like level
Balance
out
it
the
out.
fact that he wasn't, and he was hiding that. And I don't know if I know that he's out now, which is great. I'm
That's
so
great.
glad,
Good for him.
but it was just like,
Unfortunately, the casualty of that was your life and time.
He let you go too far.
yeah, which is crazy because I got out right after Prop 8 happened,
Oh.
because that was against gay people, and they were like, you need to go door to door and tell people that you need to vote yes or something on it. And I
For
was
the
like,
Defense of Marriage Act?
Yeah, and I
which
was
is a
like-
great way to spin it.
I was like, no, I don't believe that. So I got out, and then I immediately dated a drug dealer. I'm not joking. That was the weird year. I lived in my car, and then I met this guy because my friend started hanging out with the wrong people again. Because I like that.
You were like a female Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah,
Maybe you
yeah,
came
yeah.
back out and you're like, nah, I'm gonna go back in
I
it.
want to be good, but I just can't.
But it feels so good being bad. Yeah.
So, and then I got super addicted to cocaine, and I met this guy, and I was
you.
helping him sell it and stuff like that, and
Oh, wow.
he was great. Yeah, it was like a very weird transition.
Was there ever a time selling cocaine that you thought I might die today? Did that ever happen, or was it like a nice PG cocaine experience?
No, it was. I mean, later on, because I got really skinny from it. I would put ice on my I put ice on my chest when I feel like the heart attack coming on.
Yeah.
Bite down on a bear and put my arm up and stand next to the refrigerator or the freezer.
On a bear? On a what?
Because
Like aspirin?
Yeah, it's like an aspirin.
Oh, a
Got it.
bear.
I thought
Because
you
it
meant
thins your blood. Because
Got it.
what a heart
Yes.
attack's doing
You're
is
bi and you like bears. Got it.
Yes, exactly.
I like
A
really
bear.
hairy,
bi bears,
hairy
yeah.
bear. It's yeah. So if you are,
For you.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
So, but
I'm
so I
just-
could
you're
keep
being
going.
so honest. So many people have problems being this honest.
Really?
I got to tell you, yeah. I didn't know you personally as much before. I respect the hell out of you so much more now.
Thank
just
you.
knowing you.
Yeah.
Because you're just saying the shit.
Well, I don't do any
No,
of those
obviously,
things. And,
no, don't
but
do
here's
it
another
anymore.
thing is I was like, oh, that's really smart of me to do so I can keep going. But who thinks?
So you can
what?
push yourself past the
Yeah,
point.
I was like, oh my God, look what I can do with my body. People try to do marathons. I can keep
Yeah.
going and
After
push
Coke.
myself after I've basically had a mini heart attack. I can keep going.
Which ended first, the cocaine or the guy? The relationship.
The guy ended because he used to beat me up really bad, and so he beat me up
right.
so bad I was declared dead on arrival at the hospital, and then
my
we broke up after that. So that was
Oh.
fantastic.
That's so
Yeah, he was
weird.
great. He was a really great person.
Jeez.
So did you do more cocaine? Just deal with that? Were you just high all of the time?
I stopped after that, and then I went back to it when I moved to LA.
So this was all was this in Mormontown before you came to LA?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
That's
oh my
crazy.
God.
Where it was supposed to be more perfect and peachy keen.
But it was
and
only
white picket fences.
Yeah, well, and so crazy because I was selling drugs out of a house that was a white picket fence.
Stop it.
I thought it was so funny.
to suburban moms?
Well, yeah.
You're the average.
We're moms buying them.
Yeah.
You're buying it, right?
So many people buy that shit. It's crazy.
I think everybody does. If
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
one thing about drugs, they're universal.
Yeah. Well,
they are
They're the one thing
They're
that
gonna bring people together.
They bring everybody from
know
every
what?
social economic background and race together.
That's so true because when you do cocaine with a bunch of people, everyone's so happy to be
you don't
with
care
each
if
other.
you're bi when you're doing
I
coke
would come
with someone
home
else.
with 30 Facebook friends.
Yeah.
And now to this day, I'm like, how did I meet this person? And they'll remind me, and I'm like, oh, great.
Kinda. Jeez, Mormontown. Well, I mean, I'll have to vicariously live through you. Amy's forbidden me from ever trying cocaine. She said I'm too up as a person.
Yeah,
I never
you'll
would.
get it. You'll like
just,
it. too
No,
much.
yeah, I couldn't. I'm generally peppy.
Yeah.
7 a.m.
I'm the same way. I'm like, let's go do this. And
Come on,
without
yeah.
any
wouldn't it
coffee.
be worse for someone who's kind of lower on the serotonin level to take it? Then you get a nut, but then you get the come down. You're like, I was already not great, and now I'm worse the
Now
day
you're even
after.
worse.
So now that's
Yeah.
why I've never done it.
Yeah.
People are like, you cannot do it because the come down would be terrifying.
It's
And
not
now, I'm like a sad sack. I mean, I can be, but they're like, no, the come down, you wouldn't be able to handle it.
all
you
your friends are
sensitive
like, you
bird."
should just do heroin and bath salts.
Totally.
Because that's
I
that's
like-
your thing. That's your thing, or bath salts.
Today on Horribly Hollywood Single, heroin and bath salts.
But I'm not single right now, which is great.
Good
I'm
for
with
you.
a really great guy. He's awesome.
Nice.
I'm very
How long have you
happy.
been with this gentleman?
We have been together for 1.5 years now.
How did you meet?
We met at work, and I had just broken up with my last ex, who was a fucking sociopath, who cheated on me for a whole year with his coworker.
What? And you didn't know? Shoot.
No, and here's the thing: is when I found out, and I contacted her and asked her about it. And I felt really bad because she's a really nice person. And
Did
like,
she have any
she
idea?
didn't
She had
No?
no idea. And neither did I.
What? So he kept like 2 separate lives.
Yeah, he did. He was living with me at one point, and then he was like, "Oh, I think we should like because we were having issues." And he was like, "Well,
Sure.
let me move out to my own place, and I think that'll help." And I was like, "Okay." And then 3 months after he moved out, I found out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I felt
But
really
at
bad.
least that's so terrible. But at least he was out, and you didn't have to come home and live with him. And
Oh,
then be
yes,
like, now we have to
absolutely.
figure out our own space. Especially if he's like, well, I can't leave. I'm broke. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
At least he wasn't a loser about it. He's just a total dickhead
He was
sociopath.
well, here's the thing: is for like maybe 4 or 5 months when he was living with me before he moved out.
Yeah.
he was broke, and so I was like, you know what? I'll pay the rent for these months.
Girls
so
like
he'd been
you.
saving
I
up.
was like, you were so sweet. You're
God
so
bless
amazing.
you.
And then
Yeah.
unfortunately, you enable like terrible
Yep.
guys, man,
Which
children.
is crazy because all my friends are like, no way, Ava, you're the crazy one. I'm like, I'm actually really like, what can I do for you? Is there anything? Yeah, I'm really like, sweet.
Pleasers.
Yeah.
Did that girl that found out that she was the mistress like end up breaking up with him?
Yeah, she did.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was at a double loss. Which
Well,
he
I went
totally
back
deserves.
to him.
No
After
way.
you, okay, wait. Yeah, and I was like, well, that's because we've been together for 4 years.
Got
And
it.
I thought he was the one. And I think anytime, ladies or gentlemen who are listening to this, anytime you have to say, but I love him, that's a fucking red flag.
Yeah.
Like 100%. If you have to say that about the person you're dating, then it's like,
But I love him.
yeah, like I have a friend right now who's like, there was a couple of people that this guy that she's dating that like cheats on her all the time, and she's like, oh, I know he does this and da da da. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, but you go, but I love him. It's like when you say that, that's, come on, man. Like, you
a
know
red
that's
flag.
not a good thing.
That's yeah. I got a friend
You know
going
what I
through a
mean?
similar thing. A guy who's a total narcissist, does a lot of stuff, doesn't really involve her, talk to her about stuff, and he's pretty terrible. And she keeps seeing all this bad stuff happen, and she keeps going, yeah, but like, I mean, but he could get clean, right? I mean, and it just keeps. I'm like,
Oh, but we
if
can-
you
we can
have to
fix
keep
him, right?
saying how good it could be, I'm like, just look at what is.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know, because I'm telling you right now, like I had some, I had bad arguments with Amy when I used to drink. And finally she was just like, you seem to be like really upset, and then you drink more. And then I was like, you know what, let me just try a little social experiment here. Let me just not have a drink today and see how bad I feel at the end of the day. And then all of a sudden, like, arguments went down 85%.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's your lowest common denominator variable. So it's time to make a change.
That's nice that you did that though, because some people wouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean?
It was
Like,
one of those weird things too, where like we had taken a little space after a couple months of dating. Like literally, it'd been 3 months in, and I was getting super clingy, emotional. And
Yeah.
she was getting much more far away. And finally, I was like, you know
were
what?
youing her
Let's-
like we were talking about earlier.
yeah, I was like, let's just take a little step back. And then right at that time happened, we rescued a kitten together. And I had told her, I'm not a cat guy. I don't do cats. Don't ever talk about cats. Like I'm not going to do it. And then we had to rescue this kitten, and we were like getting back together. And so I had to start. It's really weird. I feel like the reason our relationship kept changing and moving forward and becoming better is because I allowed myself the space to change and change my mind and change my preconceptions about certain things. And so to always say like, oh no, it's going to be like this. Good luck. Because can we say that in this business? Can we say that in like what we're doing? That like, well, we're only going to do this. Like, no, bullshit. You're going to do whatever you need to do to change and to adapt. And so I feel like if we take that same philosophy with relationships, we can actually do a lot better.
Yeah.
But where people get into trouble is like, nope, this is who I am. If you don't want to be a part of this, great, thank you, bye. And you're like, well, you just missed the
out on
whole
this
point.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was in LA, obviously where you met your guy now
Yeah.
after you got out of the
so
bad
like,
thing
so
before.
like I'd met him, and then, but I was still with my other guy, so I was like, oh, I can't, because when I met him, he was kind of grumpy, and I was like, oh, but he's so cute. I'm like, oh, but I'm with somebody, like that's off limits. So I was like, okay, so I let it out of my mind, and then we'd have a couple of conversations, and then I broke up with my ex, and then 2 weeks later, he found out that I'd broken up with my ex, and he was just like, he like
Oh,
slid
coming around?
into.
Hey, you want to
Into
join
the
my book
DM?
club?
Yeah. And then he was like, oh, yeah, so let's hang.
So I'm curious, when he wanted to talk to you,
Yeah.
because back when, I mean, I used to be very desperate, single. I mean, I was just all over the place, 7, 8 dating apps. I was drunk off my ass all the time. I was a walking mess. So when he texts you, or did he text you? Did he message you? What made you want to go, I want to talk to this guy more?
Well,
it
so
wasn't
here's the
just like,
thing
hey,
is
what's
that
up?
he was okay. So we were working together.
Oh, right.
And he was acting grumpy and like so serious. And I was like, dude, what is your deal? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, do you need to get laid? What's happening? And he was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, like you are tense, my brother. Like you need to, do you have a number you can call? An app you can get on? What's happening? And he was just like, he's like, oh, like no one had ever talked to him like that. And so then we started talking.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Talk to me
and
more.
I'm a pretty forward, like honest person. I'll fucking talk the shit with you. And like he liked that because he's very much like that as well. But just he's very introverted and I'm very extroverted about it. So that makes sense. And then we got to talking. We had a lot of things in common. Our trauma was the same, and I think that's really important too. Is you have to have like some of the same like bad shit happening. So if you're single out there, try to get some bad stuff happening in your life so you can meet somebody. No, I'm joking. Don't do that.
Yes, true. But also, I feel like you don't really recognize or appreciate the good until you have gone through the bad.
Right.
And that's
exactly.
only going to happen with experience. That's only going to happen with putting yourself in situations that you otherwise wouldn't be in.
But yeah, so that's basically what happened. And then he was like, because I box and I do Muay Thai and martial arts and stuff like that. So he was like, could you teach me how to box? And I was like, yeah, sure.
How to box.
Yeah, so we went to go do that, and it was raining, and he's like, to pick me up, and I was like, what's raining, and he's like, oh, well, I'll take you out to breakfast, and I was like, okay, and he was like, done with breakfast, we had a good time, and he's like, well, the rain stopped, do you want to go for a hike? And I was like, okay, and then we went for the hike, and then he was like, well, what do you want to do now? And I was like, I don't know, and he's like, have you finished Westworld yet? He's like, it's the new episode's there, and I was like, yeah, okay, let's go watch it. So then we're watching Westworld, and it ends, and I'm just like, when is this guy gonna fucking kiss me? So I looked at him, and I was like, are we doing this? And he was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, are we fucking doing this right now? Are you gonna be over there, or are you gonna come over here and we're gonna do it?
He's trying to give you space. He thought you were in mourning.
I know, but he was just like, oh.
Right.
So then we did that, and then we were done with that, and then he was like, so I have to go hang with my friend tonight and go to a movie and dinner. And he's like, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, let's go.
There we go.
So then we went to that, and then he went to drop me off, and he's like, oh, I wish you could stay over. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get my stuff, and I'll come back down. And he goes, what? So that was, and then we've been inseparable ever since.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that funny? I was just like, yeah, sure. You seem like a really nice, chill person.
Great.
Yeah, great. This is awesome.
Oh my God, that's like a rom-com. Like
It
one
is
of
like a
those
rom-com.
movies that I want
That's
to be in,
beautiful.
that I cry about, that I'm like, never gonna happen.
But like that, it took me
So great.
So I'm 36 right now. I know I don't look.
You
36.
look 26. You both look freaking under
How old
30.
are you right now?
Oh God.
Can't say.
I
She's Listeners, cover your ears.
I'm 35.
Okay, so
You both don't look
we don't look.
anywhere close to
It's
your
fine.
age.
People are. Do you get the thing in Hollywood? They're like, don't tell people your age, and I'm like, I love telling people my age because they're like, no, you're not. No,
Right,
you're not.
right.
And I'm like, right? Oh my God, I don't look my age. This is so fantastic.
For people listening on podcasts right now, both women I'm here with are aging like vampires.
Yeah.
They look absolutely stunning, pale,
lighting,
tan skin, both on each of them.
Here
It's
right.
It's.
spot on.
I still buy for Forever 21 because I can.
Because you are.
Yeah.
Forever.
I buy from
Forever
the
21.
Target kids section because it's cheaper to get sweaters there in
Yes,
extra
thank
large.
you. That is so true.
This shirt, Target.
Good stuff.
When
Marvel.
sometimes when I have like I want to get like a white button down,
Yeah.
they're cheaper in the men's or the little boy section.
Yep. That's where I find all my dinosaur t-shirts.
That
Just so you know, I
You
buy
know,
them all from
I have
the Target kids
3 dinosaur
guy
t-shirts.
section. They're the best.
I have a dinosaur tattoo. A brontosaurus.
That's so awesome.
makes me think of Land Before Time. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, I did see that movie.
You saw that movie, right?
Yeah.
Ever seen
know,
that
I
movie?
grew up with that movie.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, when hit Littlefoot.
That was in like 89 or something.
That was 89.
Yeah.
Diana Ross sings the song.
Oh my God.
Have you ever listened to that song?
I did not know that.
I played it the other day. You just have to, if we hold on together.
Are you
Now-
going to sing it for us right now?
I mean, it's just like, God, what is it? It's,
together.
if we hold on together, I know our dreams will never die.
That's
Just
actually
like that.
very good.
So it's
That's good.
You're too
That was
kind.
so good.
It's one of those songs where I was like, oh, I remember this song, and I played it, and I was just bawling it was so good.
You're like, this is the best
Anyway,
ever.
can we hold on together?
Were you masturbating when you were listening to that song too?
You know, I was, and it was with the left hand, so it felt like a stranger.
And he wasn't drinking, which makes it even weirder.
And that's a Tuesday. So, wow, you've been very honest. Did you have anything else you wanted to pepper in, sprinkle, other things you want to throw on top of that? Because
Listen, after all that, if you can find love, can't
how long
we
have you
all?
been with your guy now?
A year and a half.
Nice.
Yeah. So
They
that's
say
that.
after 2 years, the pheromones wear off.
It's true.
That we're no longer just drawn to have like crazy passionate sex. It's more like, oh, I'm really figuring out living with the person, certain things.
So
No.
that is totally a thing because
thing?
like I've been in like 7 long-term relationships and it's just like that's 100% a thing. And usually you find out like who the person is after 2 years.
Yeah,
Who they really are.
Are you scared of that moment with the guy you're dating now?
No.
I think it's gonna be great.
No, I think this is
I think if nothing else, he might find out something more about you. I don't think you're gonna find out anything more about him.
I think he knows a lot about me at this point.
You got some layers. I can tell.
Yeah.
You keep some
I'm
things
like an
on
onion.
DEFCON
And then
5,
while you're
yeah.
done, after you're done cutting me up, you're
You're gonna cry.
crying. Yeah.
That's why
But
we
you're
gotta-
laughing and crying at the same time.
Got to store you in the freezer, so when we
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
you, we don't cry.
But I can be seasoned with anything.
Ooh, this is good. Even Tarjine. I said it wrong.
Tahini!
Tahine!
Damn it,
God.
Are you Polish? What's happening?
Two white people on the
I'm
show.
just-
You got to throw in the silent J.
Tahini.
Tahini.
Yeah.
Well done. That sounds like the name of
Yeah.
like an Iraqi militant.
Tahine.
Take him to Tahim.
Are we allowed to talk about Iraq?
I
on
don't
this?
think we are right now. Sorry.
Cut that out.
So I'm getting the eye roll. Okay. I want to bring in James. Sorry, I just said James. Are you kidding me? Jeff Graham, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff, I'm so sorry I haven't brought you in here a little earlier, but
It's no problem, Aaron. I'm happy to hop
I
in.
can't believe I just said James.
Oh, I meant to say
I know
Adam.
his
See,
name.
you told me that you would forget people's names.
Did I tell you?
Sick burn,
I
man.
should have named
about-
myself Susan Sarandon
I
at the very
freaked out
beginning.
about this. I told
much better than you.
I told Ellen, I told Ava before the show that
See?
sometimes I know people's names, and then just as I'm about to say them, even though I know, is it Jeff Crane Graham, right? Jeffrey Crane
Yeah,
Graham.
that's actually exactly right.
Yeah, there you go. I know this whole thing, and now it's all coming back to me. Sorry. So Jeff is the married voice of reason because he just married his college sweetheart, and we love him for that. And he proposed. He put on a tux. He did all this thing. He showed up in a
gross.
He showed up in a boat.
You showed up in a boat?
I sure did, yes.
He did something pretty amazing. He did the old switcheroo, the old I'm leaving for LA, but oh wait, let me show up on a boat with a tux and do this.
Damn.
She was pretty pleased. It's all been downhill from there, but we started out really strong with the proposal.
Wait,
so.
how long have you been dating before?
We were 3.5 years in when I proposed. So it was definitely enough time. And we just hit our 1.5 years
Congrats.
of marriage.
That's
so
amazing.
we're definitely still newlyweds, but enjoying the ride.
That's
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
How's that tax break?
It's not, it's less than you hope. The irony
Let's talk
is,
about what we
Let's
really
talk about
want.
this tax break.
well, we
Vegas.
were so excited about the car insurance opportunities.
Wait,
and
what's the car insurance opportunity?
So joint car insurance is supposed to be a thing, but somehow it was worse for us to join and file married than to each stay single. So according to our car insurance, as long as we don't get declared for fraud, we're both still single.
who do you have? I have Progressive.
I'm with Progressive. She's with...
Fuck!
I think
Great.
she's also Progressive.
Damn
I know.
it.
So,
I have State Farm, Jeff. Is there hope for me?
I bet our audience is loving this conversation. Speaking of car insurance.
Look, we're
but
supposed to talk about bad days, but let me tell you what really scares us. Not having car insurance.
Are you in good hands?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm driving around with a ding on my car for like the last 2.5 years. I can't pay to get it.
Oh,
Take 'em back.
my God.
Real
I know.
metaphorical.
Real.
Why are we talking to Jeff?
Sorry. So, Jeff, bringing you on board here.
Can we talk about car insurance again, or?
You want to move on to Geico, Jeff? Is that what you want to do?
Oh boy.
Oh, thank you so much. I get
You're
I
welcome.
get a little lost. Sometimes topics fly. So, Jeff, if there was anything you wanted to add, otherwise, we wanted to hop into some red flags here.
No, I'm all in. I do want to applaud Ava's candidness. It's funny. I've never lived the exciting kind of chapter of your life where you're like addicted to a drug, or so it's always fun for me to live vicariously through our very exciting guests.
They're very exciting.
I've done all that. I used to be a car salesman.
That's epic.
I like really
Car salesman?
what the like. Sometimes I say things out loud. And I'm like, I really did that.
I think what I would be curious about, Ava, if I could hop in, you have so many lives. Can you point to a specific bad date or a specific moment in a relationship when you're like, whoa, this is crazy? Like something that you can pinpoint. Maybe.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's really dark though. So
We're here for you. We're here for you.
This is your safe
okay.
space.
So it's super dark, guys. So I was dating the drug dealer guy, right?
Okay.
And it was really bad. Like he used to beat me up so bad that like he would say man up to me, and then when I finally put my fist up, he would be like, that a girl, and he'd walk away. Like it was really bad.
Oh, jeez.
And he had a gun under his pillow all the time. And there was one time that I was,
Yeah.
like I wasn't eating very much. I was doing a lot of drugs. I was like with this crazy person. I was like not sure where I was totally lost. And like I had a moment where I grabbed that gun and I held it up against his head one night, and I was about ready to do it. And I didn't do it. Oh my God. But like I've never felt that much hopelessness
Yeah.
before, where that's the only way you feel like you're gonna get out. So when I watch TV shows and watch movies and stuff like that, where they feel like this is the only thing that they can do to get out of the situation, I totally understand that. So it's not the only way that you can get out. Obviously, there are other ways, but like that was a moment that freaked me out.
What stopped you in that moment?
I think just because I knew, thank God, like I had made that, not to bring the Mormon thing in, but I'd made that choice to try and be a better person at one point.
Yeah.
And I think knowing that, having that always been in the back of my head, going like, no, you really want to be a good person and you really want to do good in this world.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be like the people that you've surrounded yourself with. And I think that little voice in me stopped me.
What do you think are the top two things that a woman can do right now if she's in an aggressive, violent, demeaning relationship?
Like, go get a bag and leave.
Just get out of it.
Get a restraining order, get out. It's just the only thing you can do. I mean, I've been in so many. It's so crazy. I'm like, how did I go from one abusive relationship to the next? It's obviously generational. Like my mother was abused, and my grandmother was abused, and like I saw that, and my mother witnessed it. It's just like becomes generational trauma, and I think that like the only way to stop it is to really kind of like go to therapy and like make sure that you're hanging out with the right people who really do care about you and you know what unconditional love is. Because I think that when my mother finally, this is a really cool story. So my mom dated this guy in high school, but he was in college, and then he went off to college. They dated for a year. He went off to college, so they broke up, and she'd always wondered about him, and like she obviously got married 3 times, and then had me and my brother, and then had like divorced my dad. And then 25 years ago, is that right? Yeah, I was 14 or 15, 13, right there. He called my aunt looking for my mother because they had the same maiden name, and left his number, said, hey, like I'm looking for Karen, and like I'd love to talk with her, just want to catch up. My mom found out. She goes, oh my God, I always wondered what happened to him. I really liked him. And they went on a date, and then they're married now.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
Isn't that crazy?
Ending.
And he is like the best. But like until my mother became happy, I wasn't really sure how to figure out who I needed to be with. Does that make sense?
How
like
your happiness would come about?
Yeah, I feel like people need to have good examples in your life. And so if you're not with people who are those good examples,
Sure.
like the people who, like Jeff, like how he never really has those stories, I envy those people because they had it so easy. They don't have to think about making the right choices because they've already always had the right choices been put in their path. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that. It's a
Thank
good
you for
story.
sharing.
Should I say a dick joke now?
I mean, I was just gonna fart into the microphone, so I don't. If we want to.
Great.
Great,
And I'm
great.
right next
Da,
to
da,
him,
da,
so.
da, da. Well, so let's go from there into something very closely themed: red flags.
Woo!
Now, red flags, ladies and gentlemen, is a game of terrible dates. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna read a few red flags between us all. We each have 3 cards in front of us. We read all 3, and then you kind of pick the absolute worst one. The one is that, in the words of Step Brothers, is your bugaboo, the one that you just can't live with. So as our wonderful guest, Ava, would you like to go first?
Sure. So I have to read all of them?
Read all of them, and then just
these
kind
are
of go with whatever speaks to you.
Okay, only speaks in business buzzwords.
Interesting. Give me an example of a business buzzword.
What is that?
Like
I'm
strategy?
thinking like if you're like out to drinks and you're
Marketing.
like, what's the synergy on the situation right now?
Oh, see, I feel like if someone said that to me, I'd be like, okay, say that to me while we're having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're inside me, what's the synergy?
Here.
Yeah, what is this synergy you keep talking about? I don't know. I
Interesting.
think intellectual talk is sexy.
Especially, you can work that into role play.
Like if you can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in a very intelligent way, you can come on anywhere you want on me.
Wow. There
Yeah,
we go.
Except
This
my
is good.
eyes. I have contacts.
Yeah.
It's like when you get spicy stuff.
So they
and you're-
gotta be really precise about
Yeah,
it.
I don't want to. That's
Yeah.
just
There we go.
eats crayons.
It's kind of cute.
Has a dozen kids from a dozen partners.
Well, at least you know they're
Big
social.
family. Yeah. Love children.
It's a lot of kids.
Huh.
And the question is, did he ever wrap it, or did he just say, is he
Screw it.
Is he potent?
Right.
He has a dozen kids.
He's got
That's
strong
12
swimmers.
kids from 12 different people.
Can you imagine that Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but then it's like I'm going to be number 13. That doesn't
Or
sound.
you'll just be thoroughly entertained.
Or you'll be the one. That stops this process.
ends all the trauma.
You can't have kids with him then.
I should be like, yo, I'm sterile.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Did anyone here ever eat crayons?
I don't know. I might go. I might
I sniffed the markers. I
stay
never
with
ate
the crayon guy though, because at least he's
That's
got
wax.
what his diet is. So if he ever has,
That's true. And then for his birthday, you get him a box of 64. Call it a night.
Cheap.
yeah, he knows
$5.
what he wants. Very simple man.
I don't think these are
not
necessarily
gonna kill
red
him.
flags
It's just
as
a little
much as they
wax.
are just people know what they want.
We're supposed to choose the red
The worst.
flag we're gonna
Yeah.
take, or the
Yeah.
worst
The
one?
worst one, which you couldn't put up with.
Got it. She's put up with a lot, so
I
I
know, she's
agree
saying
with
that
the
it's not so
crayon
bad.
front. I think it totally
Went from
agrees.
he
See, if
used to
someone ate
choke me to
yeah.
he ate crayons.
Like I would be like, if you eat crayons, baby, we're good.
I know.
We're good.
We needed like atomic red flags.
Yeah, I
for
think
today,
having a
right?
dozen kids from a dozen partners would probably be a little like
That's a lot.
that is a lot.
Baby drama, mama.
Yeah, and like I feel like we live in a world where like there's a lot of girl on girl friction from the dudes, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like if those are the people that would have
A lot of cat fights. Not fun.
yeah, and I'm just like even when the girl found out, I felt really bad for her, and I was like, "Can I do anything for you?" And she's like, "What?"
You're so sweet.
Did you know like when people like
Can I make you pie?
yeah I was
Yeah.
like, can I do you know like when people when a guy like cheats on another
And the
girl,
girls always get mad at each
I'm
other,
like,
and
why?
you're like,
it's
it's
this
his
fucking
fault.
asshole.
Yeah.
I agree.
No. Kill that guy.
Okay, do I go next?
Yeah, what are
now?
What do you
yours?
think, lovey?
Okay, is a hobbit. Ooh, some of those
Some women will be
habits
turned
are
on to that.
sexy. Has 19 kids and counting.
Oh, after 12.
Wow, like
Oh.
that famous TV show, Got the Money, is wanted in every state except Florida because Florida doesn't want them.
Hashtag recount.
And we don't want Florida. Okay, that's a lie.
Like
Great
Florida.
people come from Florida.
We love Florida.
I
I
just
actually found out we have
there's
2 fans from Florida
lot
listening
of-
to this show.
a lot of murdering there.
Total
Hopefully
fans
they're
10.
not from the panhandle.
So yeah.
you know. they're like listening to this while I'm bath salts. They're like,
Screw
they're like,
this.
oh my God, they're talking about us. They're talking about us.
Now, listen, there's a lot of murdering in Florida. So if you're wanted in every state except Florida, I feel like they're wanted for low-end crimes. Like, he's a thief. He stole some money, maybe a diamond ring for me. Maybe I'll go with...
Maybe a diamond ring from
Get that crystal.
the worst one, I guess, would be the 19 kids. It's a lot, but like if you're a hobbit, how can I fit in there? We're not gonna be able to visit. We can't do it. Obviously,
have you seen their homes? Their homes are beautiful.
Yeah, the beer.
I
Yeah.
really gotta squeeze in there though. It's not gonna be a good night's sleep.
They always
ever.
dress very fanciful.
You're right. Hey, I would love everything about the lifestyle.
So you don't like hobbits. Lord of the Rings did nothing for you.
Man, were their faces great.
And
Should
Handsome.
I say it? Should
Very
I say
handsome.
I mean,
gonna
it's
say it.
up to you.
it? It's fine.
Say it.
So
Okay.
Jeff, why don't you hit
very
us up,
exciting.
buddy? Your 3 cards.
I would love to. So I have doesn't know the difference between your and your.
Ask
That's
Ross
pretty
on
bad.
Friends.
Yes.
Why are you your? Why are you your? Why oh you are is your? This is I get.
Okay, what else?
I've also got only speaks in yelling, which I feel like
That's voice modulation. That is a real thing.
I know, and I know people like that. And then sold your pets on Craigslist.
Oh, what a bastard!
Oh no!
That is
I've got
so
3
bad.
interesting ones. So does this mean sold your pets on Craigslist as in their pets or my pets on Craigslist?
Your pets because they didn't want to deal with your shit.
Wait, how are you treating your pets though? That they would be like enough to where like we need to sell these because you don't take care of them.
Exactly.
Ooh.
And it's funny. My wife is so allergic to animals. That was actually our biggest red flag as we were dating. I found out like 5 months in that she was like non-animal allergic, where we could never have one. And that's been the
Oh.
biggest question that I had during our engagement. But I still, because I love animals, and I had to give that up. But I feel like she would do that. I feel like she
Well,
might.
no, my boyfriend, we have a cat, and I tell him to take a 24-hour Claritin D. I'd say you need to take your D today because if you don't get enough D, then I'm not
Then
gonna.
you're not gonna
Yeah.
have to.
You get some
We
D
might
today.
explore that later down the road. Only speaks in yelling. That would be tough for me. These are all tough, but I think.
You got some good ones.
I know. I think I would be okay with someone who sold the pets on Craigslist because this card doesn't say I didn't give them permission to do that. And who's to say that Craigslist is that bad to sell pets? They sell everything.
They do, but a lot of people get murdered on Craigslist
and
too.
also cats get murdered on Craigslist.
Do
if
they?
you saw that documentary.
Oh, no, I
can't
can't.
do it.
Can't.
Made it through half of
Fiancé
it.
told me
I want to
can't-
murder
can't
everybody.
even look.
Can't
I
do
stand
it.
by what I said.
Ugh, that
All right,
bastard.
Jeff. Thank you so much, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Thanks, James. Now, my 3 are literally always on a Segway. Oh, you Job-loving
boy.
bastard.
Taurus.
Uses the word chillax in every sentence. I mean, if it was something like, honey,
bro.
chillax, you're about to get laid, then, but that's not.
You're gonna work that.
Chill-
in. I
or they're
feel
like,
it
chillax,
coming.
stay in this cage for a while.
Chillax, yeah. What is this, you?
Yeah, I know.
Chillax, I just
some
drugged
more
you.
cocaine.
They're like, enjoy your trip.
Or first name is Poop.
Ooh.
No, you just call her Pooh or Pee. Or
Pooh Bear?
Pee-
Poopy?
Poopy, Po, Po,
I don't know if it's Poop. Adam and Poop
Opie. Call her
cordially
Opie.
invite you to their wedding.
You
So we
could
could-
just say, I'm not gonna call you by your name.
Yeah, I mean, I can't hold that against her.
Your name is now Sarah, as long as we're dating.
Ah, Sarah. That's a name. No good people and bad people with that name. Literally always on a Segway.
Like, you have to do it on a Segway. That's hard.
Literally always on a Segway. But then we can stand up. That's
But-
good for
yeah,
my...
but
I feel
Ways,
like,
though?
yeah, but I feel like that would motivate you to like do a lot of yoga.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you'd be so yoga fit. Oh my god,
Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with first name's Poop.
Ooh.
excellent choice.
Because I can change a lot, but I can't change my mind on that. All right, Jeff?
All right, Adam.
That's a tone of we're going to talk after the show. I know what that means. Okay. So, all right. We're winding down here. Any advice? Obviously, Terry talked to you a little bit before when we got a little bit more serious, but anything you want to give to women out there who, and this is for both of you. So let's just say advice you wish you could have had when you were 18, advice you wish you could have had when you first came out to LA and you were just about to get lost in this cluster F of a town. What's something either you wish you could go back and tell younger you, or you just want to tell younger women out there who are coming here doing all this stuff? Because to me, you both you're killing it on Instagram. You're killing it. You're both funny. You're working. You're doing great things.
Except on the show, I'm not funny.
Except on the. This got serious. What did I do? So.
Okay.
I don't want to talk to my parents. So, anything you'd like to give?
Do you want to go first?
No, sir.
Sure. I mean, you're talking about if you're here and in LA and you're young and you're trying to do it, be consistent and don't ever give up. And also don't get married before you're 30. I never did. Glad I never did. There's people I know right now who got married and they're all getting divorced, and it's rough living because they did not know who they were. You think you know, but then you don't know.
That
So
first
just
divorce wave. That's
really,
like,
that's the thing that's happening. And I'm
is
like,
true.
I'm glad I'm not in that wave. Not to say I haven't had my bad loops of relationships, but that's the advice I got. Keep on doing your thing. Be you. We love you.
Idiot Army, everybody.
I agree with you don't know yourself until you're in your 30s, honestly. And I think that if there's any advice I would have given myself, would have been to just really focus on me. And like, I love hanging out with by myself as I've gotten older. I also know that I've lived longer than Jesus, so like I have
true.
that going for me now, which is great. But I think also like I hustle every day for my acting thing, and it sucks because like sometimes you don't book stuff and you'll get really close, or it's just the nature of the business.
Mess with
And
you.
I think the people that come out here with the whole like, oh, I'm gonna give it 5 years. If you really are gonna be out here,
Then you're doing
you
it.
just do it. Like, don't give it the.
That's like saying I'm going to give my marriage 5 years.
Yeah, just don't. This is a long-term
No.
thing. There are people that didn't get big until their 50s, and they were out
Yeah.
here in their 20s. So it's like you just have to. This is it. You just have to be poor, and it's exciting. It's very exciting. All very scary, but it's just a day-to-day thing. And I think also, there's something else I was going to say. It was very, very, very intellectual and it had some great wisdom to it, and I forgot. Great.
We can come back to it if it sparks up.
It'll come back. Still have a little bit of time.
Okay.
Why don't you ladies give us your handles, work that's coming up, places we can catch you, what's going on?
My handle is just my name because I'm very creative.
There we go.
It's EVACEJA, Ava Seha, both on Twitter and Instagram.
There we
Again,
are.
very creative.
Yeah.
And I actually am going to premiere for this movie I did
Stop.
called Nation's Fire, directed by Thomas Churchill, and it's starring Bruce Dern and Gil Bellows.
So
Very
cool.
cool. I play one of the biker chicks in the lead gang there.
Awesome.
Which is great. I had a blast doing it. So I'm going to see everybody, the whole cast on the 16th, but it comes out on VOD and streaming on the 21st of January.
Fantastic. That name again?
Nation's Fire.
Nation's Fire.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. I am super badass. I ride motorcycles and
Can't wait to see it.
get this gun shot at me. Oh my God.
Get this gun.
No, I was shooting this thing, and so they had air bullets, right? And
Yeah.
it's a scene in this tattoo parlor. And they said, Ava, okay, we only get one shot at this. So,
Do it.
do it. And I was like, what? And they're like, we're going to shoot these air bullets at you in sequence
Oh,
as like a
God.
machine gun. And you have to drop down and get out of the room. And I was like, sure. Why
Whatever
not?
you say.
Yeah. And I did it. I fucking did it. And
Yeah, you
it
did.
was, if I hadn't ducked down, it would have hit me. Because I went back and saw the wall,
Yeah.
wall that they were using. And there are holes in the wall. And I was like, you shot those at me.
You're a one-take Osmond.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah, and they were like, good job, babe. And I was like, yeah, good job. This is great.
Heck yeah.
Like, it was really
She's
good.
a badass.
So I'm really excited to see that part because
Fantastic.
I don't know what my face looks like.
We can't wait to see it. Tara?
Guys, you know me. I'm Tara Erickson, TaraErickson. Find me especially on YouTube at Tara Erickson, on Instagram at the Tara Erickson, on Twitter. You will find me here at AfterBuzz. I'll be covering Avenue 5 for HBO and doing a bunch of other stuff like Why Aren't You Watching TV show, hopefully coming late January.
Awesome. And guys, my name is Adam Carr. Thank you so much for joining us today with Horribly Hollywood Single. Be sure to subscribe, like us on Apple Podcasts, like the video on YouTube coming out right now. I'd like to leave everybody just with a little bit of a quote for today. Dating is like desperately trying to watch porn when your Wi-Fi is shoddy and keeps shutting down. Dating in LA, same scenario, only when the Wi-Fi comes back on, the porno stars your parents. This is Adam Carr reminding you all, stay horrible, stay single. Hey, we don't judge.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.